Understanding the desires of women goes beyond manipulation or yielding to their will. It's about revealing truths obscured by social norms and unspoken expectations. Like men, women are driven by biological and psychological instincts, yet many of their desires remain unvoiced, cloaked in mystery. Acknowledging these desires does not mean blindly serving others. It empowers you to navigate relationships with clarity and purpose. Recognizing what women crave, though they may not admit it, means becoming a man who understands human nature at its core. This insight will enhance your interactions and relationships as a high-value man. Let's be clear. Women want to be your top priority, even if they won't say it. They may act indifferent or emphasize their independence, but deep down they desire to be the one you think about most, the one whose presence fills your thoughts. Despite their outward strength, women want to feel needed, wanted, and cherished. Human nature remains constant. Just as men seek validation for their efforts, women want to be more than an option. They wish to be the reason your world momentarily stops. If a woman feels she's at the bottom of your list, she may stay for a while, but her patience will eventually wear thin. This isn't just about her words or actions, it's rooted in her nature. A woman's emotional wiring is tied to her need for attention, validation, and security. If you don't provide that, she may seek it from someone else. Stoics like Marcus Aurelius recognize that while people don't need constant praise, they do need acknowledgement for their actions. Similarly, as a high-value man, it's not about yielding to a woman's demands or putting her on a pedestal, but you also shouldn't neglect her needs. To be a man of value who commands respect, you must navigate a delicate balance. Women are often drawn to a man with the discipline and strength to focus on his mission while still making her feel valued. Women crave to be chased. It's rooted in their biology. The idea of being pursued affirms their value and makes them feel special. However, many men mistake chasing a woman for showing interest. Instead, it often signals insecurity and neediness. A high-value man doesn't chase, but instead maintains his position of strength and stability. Chasing sets a negative tone, as it conveys desperation, which is unattractive. Women may enjoy the attention initially, but they will ultimately lose respect for a man who is too eager to win their affection. Consider Alexander the Great. He didn't chase power, he conquered it. Similarly, women appreciate a man who is confident enough to focus on his mission rather than seek their validation. What makes a man attractive isn't how much energy he spends pursuing a woman, but the fulfilling life he leads. Women are attracted to men who are driven, self-assured, and purposeful. Those who don't need to chase because they've created a life that naturally draws in those worth pursuing. A high-value man understands his worth and attracts the right people, including women who align with his values. Women want to feel pursued, but they are most attracted to a man who has his life in order, a clear purpose, and solid self-worth. Stoicism teaches us that it's not about what happens to you, but how you respond. By not chasing and maintaining emotional control, you draw in the right women. While women want to feel desired, they also seek a man who recognizes his own value. A key to unlocking attraction. When you chase, you show desperation. When you lead, you demonstrate strength. Women also crave acknowledgement, even if they don't explicitly admit it. The desire for validation is deeply rooted in women's psychology and biology. A sincere compliment speaks to their need to feel valued and noticed, providing reassurance rather than mere flattery. Devolution has hardwired women to seek acknowledgement, as it once signified safety and belonging. When a woman receives a genuine compliment from a man she admires, it ignites a profound sense of significance. However, many men fall into two traps: over-complimenting with insincere praise or withholding acknowledgement altogether, mistakenly believing silence conveys strength. Both approaches fail to grasp the intricate psychology involved. Over-complimenting cheapens your words and appears insincere, while withholding praise can make you seem distant or unappreciative. a critical error in addressing women's emotional needs. A Stoic, high-value man understands that words carry weight. Compliments should be direct, purposeful, and impossible to ignore. Yet, it's essential to avoid using compliments as a means to manipulate or gain approval. A high-value man compliments genuinely, recognizing worth without seeking validation in return. This distinction separates the strong from the weak and the stoic from the sycophant. Women respect a man whose praise feels earned and whose recognition is rare but meaningful. Consider when you last offered a woman a compliment that made her feel truly seen, not just for her superficial attributes but for her essence. Women may not admit their craving for validation, fearing it portrays dependence, but it silently influences how they perceive you. A man who understands this dynamic wields quiet power in his relationships. Regarding grand gestures, the harsh truth is that women desire them, even if they won't admit it. They may claim to prefer simple things, but deep down, they long for dramatic displays of affection that make them feel special and cherished. This is why romance movies and novels are filled with such gestures. It's not just for entertainment, it's human nature. Psychologically, women want to feel valued in a world that often overlooks them. They crave experiences that make them feel extraordinary, rather than just routine dinners or walks in the park. Grand gestures like surprise trips, heartfelt letters, or spontaneous acts of love tap into their deep need for validation, allowing them to feel seen and recognized. The significance lies in the effort and thought behind these gestures, demonstrating your willingness to go above and beyond. However, a high-value man doesn't need to rely on grand gestures to win a woman's affection. He doesn't have to buy her love or impress her with lavish acts. Stoics like Marcus Aurelius understood the power of presence and intentionality. His actions communicated more than material gifts ever could. Women may desire grand gestures, but they respect a man who doesn't rely on them for admiration. His value comes through his actions, dedication, and the respect he commands. Women often suppress their desire for grand gestures to avoid appearing shallow or materialistic. Society pressures them to be humble. This craving is hardwired, but a high-value man can provide these moments without desperation. He attracts admiration naturally, embodying love in everything he does. That's what women truly crave. Moving on to the desire for financial security, it's essential to understand its deeper truths. Women don't seek wealth for luxury alone. They seek the safety, reliability, and future it represents. Throughout history, survival has relied on resources, and security has always been foundational. Women, inclined to think long-term, view financial stability as a promise of a life free from chaos where they and their offspring can thrive. This isn't shallow, it's biological. Many men misinterpret this as a desire for wealth rather than understanding that women crave dependability. A woman seeks financial stability not to flaunt riches but to eliminate uncertainty. Think of Marcus Aurelius, who managed the vast resources of an empire for stability, not personal gain. A Stoic man builds a solid foundation to create harmony. Women often hesitate to admit their cravings for financial security because society judges them harshly for wanting what nature designed them to value. They fear being labeled materialistic, although this desire stems from a deep need for safety. A high-value man partners with a woman who appreciates his efforts to secure their shared future. Financial security isn't just about paying bills, it reflects vision. High-value women observe how a man manages his resources. Does he squander them impulsively or invest wisely? The way you handle your finances speaks volumes. A disciplined man who saves, invests, and plans for the future exudes an irresistible quiet strength. However, many men confuse wealth with worth, believing that flaunting cash and chasing status can compensate for a lack of character, which it cannot. Financial security is attractive only when paired with integrity and vision. Without these, money is just hollow noise. Women want to see not just what you have, but what you can build. Focus on yourself and work hard not to impress others, but to create a life that reflects your best self. Financial security should be a byproduct of living with purpose, discipline, and determination. When you prioritize your growth, wealth naturally follows. What women crave most, though they may not admit it, is the presence of a high-value man. Such a man is defined not by wealth or appearance, but by his character, unshakable resolve, and commitment to purpose. Becoming this man is a journey, a daily battle to master oneself and live by principles. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king, ruled a vast empire, yet remained humble, constantly reminding himself to act with reason, restraint, and justice. He urged himself and us to stop debating what a good man should be and simply be one. A high-value man begins with discipline. He doesn't drift aimlessly or waste energy on trivial pursuits. Consider Epictetus, the former slave-turned-philosopher, who taught that true freedom comes from mastering your desires. He believed that freedom is the only worthy goal in life, achieved by ignoring what lies beyond our control. Women intuitively sense this discipline, which reflects a man in control of his life, passions, and emotions. A man who isn't swayed by fleeting temptations or external chaos. However, discipline alone isn't enough. A high-value man also lives with purpose. Think of Alexander the Great, who, despite his youth, created one of the largest empires in history. His relentless drive stemmed not from greed but from vision to unite East and West, blend cultures, and create a lasting legacy. Women are drawn to this sense of purpose because it signifies direction, stability, and ambition. Ask yourself, do you have a vision for your life? Are you building something meaningful? Nothing is more magnetic than a man who knows where he's going. Strength must be balanced with compassion. Seneca, the Roman statesman and philosopher, often spoke of the balance between power and kindness, noting that wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness. A high-value man sees kindness not as weakness but as strength under control. Women admire a man who can be both firm and empathetic, who sets boundaries without cruelty and protects without dominating. This ability to be both a lion and a lamb distinguishes the truly great from the merely competent. Authenticity is also vital. A high-value man does not conform to others' expectations, but stands firm in his identity. Socrates, sentenced to death for his beliefs, exemplified this by teaching, to find yourself, think for yourself. Women crave authenticity because it signifies confidence. A man who knows who he is and stands by his values, even when inconvenient, becomes irreplaceable in a world of pretenders. Finally, a high-value man understands the importance of emotional intelligence. He embraces his emotions and masters them, using them as tools for connection and growth. Marcus Aurelius reflected on emotions in his meditations, stating, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." A man who can navigate his emotions while understanding others' feelings becomes a pillar of stability. A person women can trust deeply without fear of judgment or abandonment. To embody the essence of a high-value man is to be a fortress, disciplined, purposeful, compassionate, authentic, and emotionally intelligent. While women may never openly confess their longing for this type of man, their actions speak louder than words. They crave the reassurance of a partner who can withstand life's storms, lead with conviction, and love with integrity. This isn't a role to perform, it's a standard to live by. Once you achieve this, you become not just desired, but unforgettable. What you've learned today goes beyond understanding women. It's about mastering the art of human connection. The truths we've uncovered have the power to transform your relationships and how you carry yourself in life. A high-value man isn't just aware of what others crave. He rises above superficiality, embracing wisdom and purpose in every action. Now I challenge you to put these insights into practice. Don't just listen, act. Leave a comment saying "Challenge accepted" to declare your commitment to growth. Make this the moment you step into your full potential as a stoic, high-value man. Before you go, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell to stay connected with knowledge that will elevate your path. Remember, true strength lies in the pursuit of wisdom, and your journey has only just begun. Until next time, stay disciplined, stay relentless, and never settle for anything less than greatness.